Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Von Noctis, and I'd like to welcome you back to this channel upon this clouded night. Grab a drink, sit back, and light the fireplace, for light always brings warmth, even in the darkest of times. When the world first began, all was nothing, just the primordial waters of creation. Then came Zep Tepi the first time, and all creation came about. The world became beautiful, wild, vibrant in colors and radiance. When the darkness came, the sky was filled with stars, and the moon shined brightly amidst the body of noon, the primordial waters. Thousands of years into the future, mankind came into its own, which leads us to the modern era. I've been working on this video project for a couple months, changing from format to format, script to script, throwing page after page into the digital trash bin. My mind was a mess, and a whirl of real-life problems distracted me from the project. I thought about how I was going to get ridiculed, laughed at, and rejected, until a friend of mine reminded me that regardless of what I did, there would be ridicule. So, taking a deep breath, I went into my shrine to meditate before the gods. Gathering my thoughts and praying for advice, I left the shrine and sat down at my desk, my mind finally cleared of blackened thoughts. During the cool autumn of 2018, I found myself experiencing visions, epiphanies, and dreams involving the Neteru, the Egyptian gods. Now, at this point in time, I had been a devout follower of Khonsu, and for years before, had only worshipped Anubis. My life at that time was stressful, both physically and mentally. My health was taking a nosedive, and it wasn't looking to go up. These epiphanies and dreams have all pointed to one singular idea. All this could have been a fact of my mind simply playing tricks on me, but I've chosen to believe otherwise. This idea was Technopaganism. As foolish as that may sound, I couldn't see any other answer. No other path stood before me. As hard as I tried to make sense of it, I ended up just casting the whole idea into the garbage bin and just prayed to the gods for a way out of my current unhealthy living situation. Only a couple months later, they gave me an out. Halfway across the country was a spot open just for me. I began to heal, and as I did, more of the idea that I had thrown away kept coming back to me. It wanted to engulf me, and I didn't want to look at it, as I still thought I was crazy, and had been for years. Technopaganism is the use of technology in ritual and practice, seeing the spiritual side of technology. From what I've been able to research, through the small amount of information available, that isn't a reference to a sci-fi show or a joke, the technology aspect refers to the era of the modern PC, circa late 1980s to the 1990s. It doesn't mean any technology from any era. A woman who uses an electric stove isn't a technopagan. In the 1990s, when information was scarce, most people thought paganism was the religion Wicca, when in reality, it is an umbrella term used to denote the pagan faiths, also true, Chemeticism, Hellenism, and so forth. Mark Pesce was one of the pioneers behind technopaganism, though his idea of it should have been called Techno-Wicca. The name stuck and became what it is today. His idea of the web being a 3D space rather than just a 2D space led him to create the virtual reality markup language. Together with two others, Tony Parisi and Gavin Bell, they pitched ideas to major computer corporations at the time. Now, Mark Pesce is known as a futurist, technologist, and writer. Arthur C. Clarke's third rule when writing about the future is often quoted by some techno-leaning pagans. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. I like to add to this, because technology simulates magic. Now, Arthur C. Clarke was not religious. A fascination with religion and the paranormal, for sure, but never religious. Mark Pesce proposed the idea that virtual space was an extension of the astral plane. As someone who doesn't believe in the astral plane, I ignored it. Technology simulates magic because it comes from our imagination, deep within us. Virtual space would be just that, virtual space. Similar to the concept of the astral plane, virtual space is seemingly unlimited in scope and size, provided you have enough data to store it all. With the rise of technology, a new world has developed. A world similar to the idea of a shadow world, a world that mirrors our own. If one were to take a step back and take a look at the planet, they would find this world glowing with connected wires, traveling from place to place and person to person. This cosmic sphere that surrounds us is formed by an artificial astral plane. Technology allows us to reach out and touch the primordial darkness of the universe, and by our will, manifest things onto the physical. As our ancestors did before us, we talk to things we cannot see using words, signs, and gestures. It is the hidden side, the spiritual side, of technology. Within these diary entries, I wish to record my thoughts so that anyone who comes after me on this path will find them and have a much easier time understanding what it is we do. Thank you all for listening, and may you have a good day. Synapti.